And I literally said to somebody the other day, did you want me to turn on the air conditioner? It doesn't work, but it makes a very loud noise that distracts from the heat.
Yeah.
Which, of course, in the movie is flipped because he's talking about the heater, but oh my God, that movie is perfect.
And
so...
the narrative, though, was just like, oh, Renny Harlin and his wife, like, he's just putting his wife in there, and it's all, like, excess. And, I mean, you do look at movies of that age, like 95, and it wasn't really until, 2001 with Charlie's Angels, Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, which, if you watch Tomb Raider again, it's really refreshing, her portrayal. She's just sort of the ultimate, she's, like, using sled dogs to escape, like, a massive nuclear bomb and an ancient deity, and she's just chilling, smiling.
I like that first one.
Yeah, it's so good. And I think that's when those movies started making a lot of money. And then, like, this one, though, wasn't...
Going back and looking at it, it might be why I love this movie so much. Growing up a fan of action movies in the 80s, and I've said this with the rampant sexism, where female characters in those movies were barely characters, and how every single one had to include the PTS, which we're still barely away from that. No one needs a pointless tit shot. You really don't. It has nothing to do with anything. But go think about it. Every 80s action movie you love, how many PTSs are in
Commando, like that scene in Commando.
Hell, there was one in the Abyss last week.
Demolition Man.
Yep. All of them. And literally where it has nothing to do with anything, just like, boom, tits, there you go. It's so frustrating when you're just like, can I just watch an action movie and not have to be like, here's some tits. Great.
Jeanette, please can you start an 80s action movie podcast called Boom Tits, there you go.
You should.
It's a pretty good title. It's a pretty good title. So, yeah, I feel like for me, seeing this movie, because all those others you just mentioned, the Resident Evil franchise, I don't like horror movies, and I never played that video game. That's a lie. I tried it once, was like, this is too scary, I'm done.
Same.
But I love the franchise. And the Underworld, but yes, when you have to watch all these movies because you love action movies and there's no decent female characters, and then you get a series or a couple where there's strong female lead for not pandering, not catering, not just female action hero, boom. I love it and needed that. I just saw The Protégé last week, which is getting panned for various...
Oh, I hear it's good. I hear it's really fun.
I really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Maggie Q's cool, and I've been wondering why she hasn't been
really
bigger.
Long time, and so anyway, yes, and it's just occurring to me when you say this that that's probably one of the reasons I love this is it has a female hero for no reason, like just female hero. That's it.
Not based on an IP. She's not stuffed like Kate Beckinsale, owned the role, but she's not stuffed in like a leather outfit. Like she's just a pirate and. There's not much development, too. Like, she doesn't... Like, at the end, she's still... We
can talk about the underworld fetish-type outfits for a whole... Like, that's a whole separate issue. Kate Beckinsale that's her job. She needs the tight leather because she has to be out there hunting werewolves. Look, it's fine. You can't battle lichens in flowy outfits.
Cows hate vampires. Because in the underworld movie, the amount of leather that the vampires wear. Every vampire has leather.
But is it real or is it fake leather? I mean,
hers was made out of she said like a condom-esque material. That's what Kate Beckinsale explained it as. So it wasn't like but yeah, like I guess they're inferring that it's leather. But you look at like Bill Nighy's jacket. Everyone is wearing leather in it. So it's
his outfits in that movie.
So is it cows hate vampires or do vampires hate cows?
It could be a little bit.
Or
vampires eat cows if they're out of people.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Can we talk about
vampires don't eat people?
Anyway, going back.
But Geena Davis's character though, like, at the end of this movie, she's still just kind of cool. She's Morgan. Remember in the beginning, she's drinking. She's like, I thought I'd be passed out by now, and she doesn't have to change anything about her. She doesn't have to like get a makeover or be someone different or learn how to lead. Because she was always just a leader.
Or Wonder Woman fall in love with a man in order to realize her own godhood. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like this one. She's just like Matthew Modine is just. He's probably he doesn't have scurvy. His teeth are fine. Like
he can speak Latin and fence.
Decent hair. And so she's like, all right, I might as well have some fun when I have a
concubine.
I have a bullet wound in me. Like, we'll just chat and hang out.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
She starts the movie as a badass pirate. She ends the movie as a badass pirate without compromising any of that for anything else. Yeah.
Exactly. You just said it much more eloquently. And also, too, like, you don't have the whole, like, you can't be a captain because you're a woman. Like, they really leave all that alone, too. Like, they really avoid. And at the end, when she's fighting Langella, the whole crew's just watching, like, come on, Captain.
Yeah.
Well,
and there's one scene where once her father, because she takes her father's boat, right, after she scalps him, and she goes back to the boat and is like, well, I'm taking control. Here's my sword. Anyone who wants to challenge me, go ahead and draw None of them do. They're all just like, boom, Captain, let's do it. Boom, tits.
There you go.
BTS. Wait, is that what it was? BTS?
Pointless.
PTS. Oh, pointless.
Because there are, now listen, this, again, you can run the numbers on this. There are some tit shots that are not pointless, and I would give you only one example because I can only think of one. Terminator. In the first Terminator movie, there is a tit shot during the love scene, but that is the only point, the only movie I can think of where that love scene is key to the plot, because that love scene leads to John Connor, which leads to him going back, which leads to the love scene. So in that movie, only that movie, will I accept that the tit shot matters to the story. Every other action movie in the 80s, the tit shot is pointless.
So it's
Under
an
Siege.
NTS.
Think about Under Siege. She pops out of the cake for no damn reason.
No.
Die Hard! Die Hard is the perfect action.
Oh, yeah, when but you know what's
There's a picture on the wall of tits.
Yeah, and that lady, too. Remember when they drag her out of the room?
Yes!
And then,
yes.
But I guess they didn't need that scene, but I guess all the henchmen saw that and took their attention away from McClane because of that. But you could have written something else. Like, you could have had a fist fight or something.
I feel like the magazine cover is almost acceptable in Die Hard. It's not up to me to judge. But I would, if it were, I would say that one, because that is a memorable point for him to mark a location on. And what's he going to remember more than tits?
That is, I will allow, that makes sense. But the girl getting dragged out of the room,
that's PTS.
Okay, what is it again? I keep thinking PTS.
And the Terminator has NTS, necessary tit shot.
Necessary tit shot, yes.
And then BTS is beguiling.
Yes.
Well, now you have all the details to write the tit shot article that you are preparing.
That's an article I'll probably never write, because it's like, Mark, like, did you really write this article?
That's movies, films, and flicks after dark.
Yeah, it's oh man, movies that feature more boobs.
Yeah, it's
like, man, you're gross.
It's
nothing but Kate Winslet films. Winslet all the time.
All right, back. Like, I think we were onto something though with this movie where it doesn't have, like, the world's not in any danger. You have just three uncles. There's a quick treasure hunt. You have a guy who's quite bumbling, and then you have a cool crew. There's no.
It is just pirates out for treasure.
Yeah, that should be the title: Pirates Hunting for Treasure.
I heard a podcast where they were complaining that they didn't understand what anyone's motivation was in this film. It's like, they're pirates.
Treasure.
There's
a big stack of gold somewhere. Well, what do you want?
Yeah,
Jesus.
They're pirates.
Yeah, she pitches this whole idea because it's her boat now, and so she wants everyone to kind of rally around that. And they're pirates. Like, why? Oh, man. So someone said they don't understand their motive. See, that's the narrative that I think has killed this movie.
That person didn't understand pirates. There are. All right, let me reference the TV show Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates, which I love. It is. Are you guys familiar with the show?
No.
Oh my God. Expedition Unknown is hosted by Josh Gates. It is TV archaeology, where Josh will pick a different legend or treasure or some sort of history thing, and then explore it for that week. And when I say TV archaeology, like, it's, we're looking at the buried treasure of this pirate for this week, and we're gonna, here's where the clues are, and these people are searching for treasure, and he goes out with, metal detector, and, every episode is like, oh my God, there's something here! Cut to commercial, come back, it's a rock! Every time. He never finds anything, but it's super entertaining. There are so many episodes in which he deals with pirate treasure. The reason pirate movies keep getting made is because pirates only were after treasure, and so many of them sank because they were constantly battling each other. So there's bunches of treasure out there. So I don't know why anyone would be like, but why are they doing this? Because they're pirates and they're after treasure.
Yeah, it was a frustrating podcast to listen to, and that's what I'll say. Yeah, so I did love the climax of this film where, with the marker barrel, I wanted the deleted scene of them swimming down and somehow retrieving the treasure. So I just wanted to see how.
Yes.
I just want to see how. I believe they could do it. Just want to see it. Because a lot of that stuff looked very heavy.
A long rope.
Pirates were constantly burying you bury your treasure on an island. You don't put it underwater, because how do you get it out of water?
Exactly. Yeah. But I did like. Do you think? Okay, what was written first? The kill off line "bad dog," or Langella's character being called Dog? Which one came first?
Oh man.
That's a tough call.
Oh gosh.
Boy, so you're saying, wait, who wrote this? Did Renny Harlin write this, or did he pick it up from someone else?
There's 5 credited writers on this movie.
Story by
Okay.
Michael Frost, Beckner, James
But
Gilman, Bruce A. Evans.
what I like is the idea that Renny Harlin was laying in bed and was dreaming of a pirate movie, and it was like, it'd be a great last line, bad dog. You know what? The bad guy's name is Dog. No, admittedly, that's probably not what happened, but I love that idea.
Yeah,
I want to get the answer to that. When we eventually interview Renny Harlin, we need to ask him about that. And also, I want to ask Paul Feige about, have you seen the movie Spy?
Yes.
You know when Melissa McCarthy
I love
calls Rose Byrne you look like a slutty dolphin trainer?
Yeah.
I want to know if that line was written and they found that dress, or if that was an improv. Because I would love it if he wrote that line and then they had to go find a dress to make her look like a slutty dolphin trainer.
I'd actually rather it be the other way around. Because it feels like if they write that line and then make a dress that looks like that, then that's fulfilling their own joke. And that's less funny. It's like
knowing Melissa McCarthy's background, I feel like that's probably an improv on her part.
Yeah, it's like I love the film Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer.
Yes.
But the scene when they're in the bar and it's like, okay, over there with Native American Joe Pesci. I was like, well, hang on, you've just found a guy who looks like Joe Pesci and made him look a bit Native American all the way around. He didn't stumble across a guy and think, oh, that guy looks like a Native American Joe Pesci. They've done something. There's movie trickery involved, and it annoys me a little bit that scene's in there.
I kind of hope, though. I guess we're opposite on this, because I wish that they made that. I love Wes Anderson films. I love the production design in it, and Edgar Wright writes everything out, to everything. So I would just love it that they were like, all right, we need to find a slutty dolphin trainer dress. I would like to be the costume department person hunting for that. Man, what are you doing today, Mark? Well, I gotta find a
At what point do you give up and make one?
Yeah, I gotta make her look like a slutty dolphin trainer.
No,
Sorry.
You can
very
spend a
random.
week looking, but after a week, make one.
Right.
One question for everybody here. How strong are Dog Brown's abs? Because the cannonball that hits him, I'm not a cannonball
Just
expert.
blast through him.
Yeah, I'm not a cannonball expert.
Cannonballs too. I mean, I did see The Patriot, the movie about the American Revolution starring 2 Australians. And in that movie, doesn't a dude get completely blasted away with the cannonball? Doesn't it rip through him?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's legs get ripped off. Another guy just becomes missed from one of those. So that cannonball go through him. This would be like a death becomes her situation.
Not missed, and his friends were suddenly like, where did he go? No, missed is in M-I-S-T. When he gets exploded. Yeah. Just to clarify, in case people are like, I haven't seen The Patriot, which mist does he mean?
Yeah, I haven't seen The Patriot. What mist does he mean?
Hank became mist.
Don't need to.
I'm not going to.
Not need to.
It's 2.5 hours. Jason Isaacs, though, is a good villain.
Jason Isaacs is spectacular, my God. And Adam Baldwin gave us all a preliminary to becoming the biggest villain on the face of the earth.
Stop giving me reasons to watch this film I don't want to see.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's quite long and it's pretty brutal.
Oh, it is. What's the name of the guy who plays the French soldier? It's not Checky Cario. It's the other one. Or is it Checky Cario? Oh boy. The Patriot. French
But yeah,
guy.
his abs though, because that thing does not go through him. So Dog must have.
Well, I feel like the cannonballs on these ships are not as powerful as I would expect cannons to be, because you have two ships parallel to each other within firing range, no one's missing, and they're launching cannons for quite a long time. And